Syria remains a fractured country, and the struggle for peace and stability continues. Building consensus among warring groups and consolidating power remains a big challenge for President Ahmed al-Sharaa. In southern Syria, Druze groups have set up a de facto military and governmental body in Sweida. They are not just demanding autonomy from Damascus, but are also tilting towards Tel Aviv. During a recent protest, thousands of people came out on the streets of Sweida. Among the Druze flags, Israeli and American flags were also raised.
We call upon all honorable people around the world, and we repeat this call regularly, to stand with the Druze community in southern Syria and support the declaration of a separate region to protect us for eternity.
In July this year, Bedouin tribesmen and Druze engaged in a battle over control of Sweida, but calm returned after weeks of sectarian clashes and over 1,000 deaths. Bedouins withdrawn, leaving Sweida under Druze control, but during the clashes, Israel stepped in and carried out strikes against Syrian government forces in southwestern Syria, vowing to keep the area demilitarized and to protect the Druze minority. Syrian President al-Sharaa accused Israel of exploiting the internal divide.
Some parties, both within Sweida and externally, particularly Israel, sought to exploit the situation to advance certain agendas. But I firmly believe that Syria is not a country that can be divided.
The challenge for al-Sharaa does not end in the south. Kurds are resisting in the north. After 14 years of civil war, they're demanding new constitution in the country. In the northwest, Alawites are concerned about their survival after hundreds of civilians were killed in March. All this while government in Damascus is planning to hold elections. Syria's poll body announced postponement of parliamentary elections in 3 provinces, Al-Hasakeh and Raqqa in northeastern Syria, that are controlled by the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, and Sweida in southern Syria, held by the Druze minority. Unlike conventional elections, election in Syria will be fully indirect, relying on heads of local bodies to nominate parliamentarians. The new assembly will consist of 210 seats. 1/3 of the members will be directly appointed by Syrian interim leader al-Sharaa. 1,578 candidates running for the remaining seats in elections on October 5th.
When Bashar al-Assad was ousted in an insurgency last year led by Islamist groups, Syria's Druze minority community poured into the streets to celebrate. They had hoped that Syria would become a democracy and that they would establish strong ties with the new rulers in Damascus. But 8 months later, they're back on the streets in the southern province of Sweida calling for self-determination. All their hopes had faded in July when clashes spiraled into targeted sectarian attacks. Rights groups like Amnesty International say that government forces and their allies committed all sorts of atrocities against the Druze minority.